dog.
Look at that cute dog.
Over here, look. You can see it.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Not a dog. Can anyone tell me the style of architecture that Miami Beach is so well known for?
Art Deco, baby.
15 former world champion fighters trained here. One was Mr. Sugar Ray Leonard. You're familiar with him.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Another one was Mr. George Foreman.
George
Right, we all
Foreman.
know George Foreman, right? Big guy, little grill. And the most famous fighter back in the 60s, who would that be?
The bike shop.
Muhammad Ali, also known as
Muhammad Ali.
Asha's
Cashew.
Oh, we're getting ready to turn this duck bus into a duck boat. Ow! Okay, very important. As we make our way into the water, I'm going to need your hands up in the air. I need you waving like you just don't care. And I need you quacking. Lots of continuous quacking. We don't quack, we don't flip. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hands in the air.
Quack, 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 quack. Woo!
I think we made it. I think we stared
There's a bird
all the
right
sea
there.
creatures. I think we're in. Wow, look at that pelican over there.
Yeah, right there,
That's
right?
a real pelican, too. It's not like Disney World or anything. Look at that.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, welcome to Biscayne Bay, everybody. What do you see? You see something?
Biscayne Bay.
Smell that diesel in
Cruise
the
ships. Random boats. Bay. Biscayne Bay, baby, yeah. We're in the Biscayne Bay.
Okay, while we're out here on the bay, we are going to see some beautiful real estate. All right, we're going to see, who wants to see a $20 million home?
Ow!
All right. Do I hear 30 million?
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh, 40 million?
Quack.
50 million? 50 million for the gentleman at the back there. Sold. We'll pass that $50 million run twice. How about that? Just for you to make a $100 action later as well.
Fisher Island.
Now, a little bit closer to home here, there's going to be a test when it's over. So little less quacking over here, all right? Get this guy. 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
Ow, Kermit. Look at Kermit out there. Ow! All right. And as we're saying, good example, look at these boats, okay? These boats are from all around the world. Some may be from Australia. Where's my friends from Australia? There they are. All right, some may be from Texas. Some may be from New Jersey, from Boston. They're from all over. Here. And some of these boats are considered liveaboards. Any one of my model friends want to tell me what that means when we call them liveaboards? What does it mean? People live on them. Very smart man. Okay, he's got a career modeling right here. All right. Means people live aboard them. And you can usually tell the liveaboards, like these people here. They have a little tiny boat attached to their big boat. Look how much fun they're having. Those little tiny boats, what are they called? Starts with the letter D. A dinghy. Isn't it fun to say? Everybody say it. Dinghy.
Dinghy.
Right. Hi. Ooh, look at it. It's a crowded party time out here, right? Scars or open wounds on their backs. They're always injured. What was happening is when the manatee was coming up for air, our speedboats would be zooming over the bay really fast, wouldn't see them because they're like big speed bumps, appear out of nowhere. The boats would hit them, their sharp propellers would cut up their backs. A lot of them were dying from their infections. Well, there's really good news though, because thanks to Florida Games and Fisheries, the manatees made an incredible comeback over the last 10 years, because what they decided to do was put signs up regulating the speed bridge. Sorry, longest wooden bridge in the world, and it went from the city of Miami all the way to Miami Beach, 2.5 miles. Now at the time it was the only way to get onto Miami Beach, which is an island, other than ferry. So once the bridge was built, everybody was excited they could drive right across. Now call me crazy, but that doesn't look like it's 2.5 miles anymore. What happened to it? I will tell you. Back when the bridge was built, none of these islands were here. None of the Venetian islands, Hibiscus Island, Palm Island, Star Island, Fisher Island, they're all fake. These are all man-made islands. They were literally scooped out of the bay and built up here so that we could put the price of real estate on top. So what happened over the years eventually is the islands were built up around the bridge. So the same route is still there. It goes from Miami all the way to Miami Beach, 2.5 miles, but now it goes through the islands, over the water, through the islands, over the water, all the way to Miami Beach, 2.5 miles. Okay, a little further down, you'll see a yellow house in the distance. It has a little bell tower and a platform on top. can see it through here, ladies. Okay, a little bell tower platform with a little roof on top. Does anyone know what those little platforms are called when they're built on top of a house like that, usually by the ocean or by the sea? You got it. Widow's Walk or a Widow's Watch is what it's called. Now, the reason it's called that is because years ago when homes were built by the sea, they put those platforms there so that the wives of the fishermen or sailors who lived in the house had a high place to go in the home, to look out to the water, to watch for the return of the enough. Now, it might not look like that fancy Burger King we saw with the big porthole windows looking like a big old tugboat, but as we pass, it very much resembles a riverboat.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
If you put a big round paddle, right, on the side of the house there, right, pushed it into the water, probably sink like a rock, wouldn't it? But it would look a lot like a riverboat as it went out. Okay. All right. No, but I can make something up for you. Okay, DJ Melvin's going to put another song on for us. Let's see if anybody remembers this blast from the past. Youngin, how'd you get that so fast? The theme song of Miami Vice. Y'all remember Miami Vice? Remember that episode where Don Johnson is in the speedboat zooming across the bay really fast, chasing after the bad guy? Manatees were flying everywhere before they could stop. It was every episode. Oh, there's one particular episode where Bruce Willis, the actor, played a drug czar. And this beautiful White House right here was his headquarters. Now, it went on to appear in about 8 more episodes of Miami Vice, and since then it's always been known by the locals here as the Miami Vice House.
Miami Vice.
Close in the middle there's waterfall cascading down in the middle. Do you see it? Slightly right in the middle there, like a cool cascading waterfall. 100% pure vodka. No, I'm just kidding. It's
the money you can save for
Geico would be a lot closer, right? A lot closer. Correct. But truly a beautiful home. And he's got a nice neighborhood too, right? He's got P. Diddy over there, Rosie O'Donnell. Nice little neighborhood going on there.
Up close.
All right, and that is the most valuable estate
Flagler
here
Memorial.
So I do. All right, as we're turning, we're looking out to the north here. All right. Oh, what is that? It's an island. Look at that beautiful island. That island has a monument on it. Yeah. Any of my model friends want to guess the name of the island? It's an island that has a monument on it.
Flagler
Monument Island! No, we got a boatload of models. Woohoo! Okay, but who is that monument for? Why is it there? I will tell you. It's erected for Mr. Henry Flagler. Henry Flagler. Now, Henry Flagler is considered the father of Miami. Reason being, in the late 1800s, he brought down his East Coast Railroad from the north all the way down to Miami. Now, originally, he stopped in West Palm Beach, which is just over an hour north of here, and he was happy keeping that railroad in Miami Beach. He had in West Palm Beach. He had no desire to come any further south. He built the Breakers Hotel. He liked his businesses there. Didn't care about Miami. Well, at the time, there were some landowners living here in Miami that really wanted that railroad to come a little further down because they had a lot of land, and they wanted to start selling their land off to our friends from the north who are freezing their tushies off in the wintertime. Right, Boston, right, New York, right, New Jersey? Wouldn't it be nice if they could just take their big bags of money, hop on a train, come all the way down to Miami, start buying up some of these people's land for their winter homes? Well, a great land deal was struck with the landowners here and Henry Flagler. The landowners said, hey, Henry, you bring that railroad a little further down for us, we will give you large amounts of our land for your own personal use. You're coming, all right, you had a good time? All right, and this will put you in a nice mood, right? All right, well, the Port of Miami here is the busiest cruise line terminal in the entire world. Last year, 4 million passengers embarked from the Port of Miami. Now, on any given day, we may have as many as 6 or 7 of these ocean line monsters lined up here. Sometimes they block out the entire skyline. Now, it is great for our tourism industry here in Miami to have our friends who spend a day or two before or after their cruise exploring our city. That's just fabulous. We love to have you. But that's actually not why it's number 3 in our quartet of change. The reason it is considered number 3 is that if you were to take the entire cruise line terminal here, put it together with the heavy-duty side of the port that we're about to pass, the more industrial side, put them together, and directly or indirectly, the Port of Miami supplies over 90,000 full-time jobs for the residents of Miami and the surrounding area. So that has a huge impact on our economy that no one really ever envisioned. Having all those jobs centered right out in the middle of the city here is why the Port of Miami is number 3 in our quartet of change.